Hey there, RC Girl here. Today we're taking a look at the latest release from Furitek. This is the Furitek FX118 Fury Wagon. Kinda neat. It's a really interesting collaboration between Hobby Plus, which is known for being budget friendly, and Furitek, which is known for their really awesome brushless electronics, including FOC. What is FOC? We're gonna cover that as well as talk about all the details of this platform. And most importantly, we're going to see how this performs, how it stacks up against other similar sized crawlers in its class. Do we have a clear winner? Stay tuned. Before we jump in, I want to say a huge thank you to our sponsor for this video, SolderStick. As RC hobbyists like me, I'm sure you guys are always tinkering with one project or another that requires splicing wires together. SolderStick makes these really amazing little heat shrink wire connectors with solder in the middle that help you splice wires and cables of many different sizes together without the use of a soldering iron. Kinda neat. These produce a waterproof connection and hold up really well to the pull test. So let's take a look. I'll show you guys how these work. We're currently working to build out an off-grid Go Fast camper on the F-150 truck. We've outfitted it with a fridge, which is running off a solar charged EBL battery.
The 12-volt connector sticks out really far and it keeps getting hit to where it's cracked.
So what I'm going to do here, we're swapping out the connector, which is a great opportunity to use one of the solder sticks. They come in different quantity multi-packs with different size solder sticks. The color coding here is based on the gauge wire that the solder sticks work with. Once you've chosen the right size for your wires, what we're going to do here is we're going to strip the insulation on each end of the wire about 1/3 inch, which is long enough to meet the cables in the middle inside the solder stick, but extend beyond the colored band, which is going to heat shrink around them. Next, we're going to make sure the cables are stable, and I'm going to be using a heat gun to heat shrink around it and make sure that all the solder inside melts down. It's seriously as easy as that, so simple. All right, time to plug it in. Nice. It turned on. These are going to be perfect for working on motorcycles, cars, campers, RVs, and more, as well as people that aren't super comfortable soldering the more traditional way. Head over to solderstick.com to pick some up for your next electronics project. Huge thank you to SolderStick for sponsoring this video. Let's take it away. All right, so let's check out the Furitek FX118 Fury Wagon. As I mentioned, this is a collaboration between Furitek, which is known for its pricey but very capable brushless crawlers, as well as Hobby Plus, which is a more budget-focused brand. I've reviewed the Furitek Cayman Pro, which I love, as well as the budget-friendly Hobby Plus Sierra 18P, which comes in the Trail Hunter or the Rock Van here. So I think the idea here with the FX118 was to make a more budget-friendly option, merging the best of both brands. Herein comes the FX118 for $199. This truck comes ready to run, including a transmitter and battery. You are going to need to provide 4 AAA batteries for your transmitter. Also comes with a basic wall charger and a T-wrench to get your wheels off. The packaging was super interesting, maybe not the best. It came just in a box from China, so I think maybe with the full run, they will include proper packaging, but honestly, I just recycle the boxes anyway, so that really doesn't deter me too much. This comes in 4 different colored Lexan body colors. I got the blue one here with flames. If I'm being honest, I do like flames, but I think the body cheapens the look a little bit, but it should be pretty easy to paint over or swap to a different body of your choosing. And I actually just saw that they make a clear body set for the FX118 for $24.99, so you can definitely do your own paint job. This truck comes with portal axles. That's going to raise your ground clearance to get over features more easily. Does also raise your center of gravity, but this truck actually sits pretty low in its travel on the shocks, so I don't think you're going to have a ton of tipping with this truck. The Lexan body here comes with some scale details, like you get your side mirrors, you get this plastic roll bar rack in the rear with some LED lighting. The cables for the lights are a little bit exposed back there. Maybe we can actually paint those black or something to hide those a little bit more, but neat that it's integrated with LED lighting. Lots of clearance here in the back and in the front for your tires. Not going to get any wheel rub on your body, which is nice. We have a plastic front bumper up here with a faux plastic winch. Taking a look at our wheels and tires. These are going to be 1.2-inch internal diameter rims, plastic rims here, but these are in fact beadlocks. Looks like there is some foam inside of our tires. These are vented tires, nice soft compound, pretty decent looking tread there. The weight of this truck is decent, not super heavy, not too light. It's about 0.86 pounds or 391 grams. I really like the suspension on this truck. Some nice sag there. Now let's take a look underneath the hood. All right, good looking truck underneath the hood. Really nice aluminum anodized chassis rails. You're gonna get the Furitek and Hobby Plus logos etched in the side there. Tons and tons of different mounting positions for our shocks, so you can really splay those out if you want. Our shocks here are actually going to be oil filled, which is nice to see in a microcrawler. We have aluminum caps here and a threaded collar if you want to adjust the preload. Really soft springs here. So as I mentioned, this does sit pretty low in the travel. We have some nice droop here. Also a lot of adjustability for our links here. Lots of different mounting positions for our links as well. Our steering servo up here is actually mounted on the axles instead of the chassis. So you're gonna get a axle mounted servo. You're gonna have plastic links here, plastic links throughout. We have a 4-link front and a 4-link rear suspension. We're gonna get about 45-degree steering angle here. We have a center mounted 1-speed transmission here, going to be all metal gears in there. This truck comes with a 600 milliamp 2S LiPo. It comes with what I call the Chevy connectors, looks like a little Chevy logo. It's held in by 2 little rubber bands here. I actually just snapped one when I was taking the battery out, so not my favorite design for keeping a battery secure. We'll have to figure out something to repair that. The battery is mounted in sort of the center of the truck behind our transmission box here. Going to be a 4-channel receiver. We're actually using 3 of the ports, one for the motor, one for the steering, and our lights are plugged into one of the 3rd channels. So there is a spare 4th channel there for use. We have a very tiny on and off switch back here to turn on the truck. Where this truck really shines is in our brushless electronics. This comes with a Furitek Venom brushless outrunner motor. Like RC aircraft, the motor can actually rotates on the exterior. Very quiet motor, lots of control. That's paired with the Furitek Lizard Pro brushless ESC that has FOC or field oriented control technology. Really cool that it has a built-in Bluetooth module so you can program the ESC from the app. You're going to download the Furitek app and connect via Bluetooth. Very simple to connect. I also use this app with my Cayman Pro. Super easy to make on-the-fly adjustments. You can change things like your throttle curve, your motor rotation, your BEC voltage, your drag brake, lots of different things from the app, which is all included in this truck. You don't have to purchase a Bluetooth module separately. So what is FOC or field oriented control? All the websites that I looked up to explain this are very complicated, lots of math equations, super technical. But in short, FOC keeps the motor RPMs constant by adjusting the power to the motor as you're driving and encountering features. Typically, a brush setup will stall out when you approach a feature, so you're going to have to apply more throttle. But with FOC technology, as you approach a feature, it's going to apply more power to the motor to keep a constant speed for you. So you don't have to apply more throttle. It's going to keep your RPMs constant as you're driving. Alrighty, we are ready to do our microcrawler standoff. We're going to be comparing 6 different trucks, and they're similar wheelbases. They are not all 1/18 scale, so this isn't like, you know, a scientific study or anything, but we are going to compare them on a couple Toys WD crawler park features that I have back there and compare how they perform. See if there is a clear winner from among all of these. I've put these all in order of price from lowest to highest. So we have our 2 CR18Ps over here, which I believe go for $119. We have the FMS FCX24, which I believe is $149. And our TRX4M, also $149. Our FX118, which is $199. And our Cayman Pro, which is $369. So that's definitely the most expensive. 124 scale, 118, 118, 124, 118. It was also a pain in the butt finding the transmitters for all of these and making sure that all the batteries were charged, but we are ready to go. So let's take it away. So we tested out all the trucks on a couple of the crawler park features, and actually they all did pretty well on most of them. Where they differed though is on the climb feature. We're gonna start with the graduated hill climb, then we're gonna flip the feature around and do the steeper one. Let's take it away. So it looks like we actually have the FX118 as the winner on the graduated climb. The Cayman Pro also did really well, except for it tipped over at the end. I think that's due to the heavy hard bodies. The TRX-4M did make it over with the mid-speed gearing. We don't have a ton of control with our throttle, so it made it over, but it was a little bit sloppy. Don't have a ton of throttle control there. The FX24 has a shorter wheelbase, we have some weight on the back with the spare tire, and we have a hard body, so our center of gravity is kind of working against us there. And the CR18P, same thing, we have some weight on the rear. I was actually surprised that the rock fan made it, that's kind of cool. We did hit our front bumper coming down, but we were able to wiggle our way out of that. All right, let's turn this around and do the steep climb. easy. It looks like our FX118 here struggled a little bit, but if we came in at an angle, it cleared the feature just fine. For the rock band, we actually caught up on our bumper in the back, but we were able to give it another try. We almost made it, and then it fell off the rails. The FX24, too top heavy. The TRX4M gave it an honest effort. Cayman Pro, I think, is definitely our clear winner of this round. I think our FX118 won the first round, our Cayman Pro won the second round. So it looks like Furitek does sweep on the performance across both rounds. Obviously that was just one feature in a controlled environment. So we're not really comparing them on more natural terrain, but hopefully that gives you guys a good sense of the performance comparison across each of these trucks. Hope you guys enjoyed the FX118 video. If you guys have questions about any of these trucks, shoot me a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you later.